You ain't gotta lie to me. Don't lie to me. Why you?
Fucking lie to you if I want to.
That's not nice, man.
Side chicks are always lied to.
You mean side bitches? Hey, everybody, welcome to Modesty Rugby with your boy, Big Daddy Dominic Covers, of course. Mike, what had happened was my
What's up?
Yeah, I had to go off of that, man. That was a good one.
That was funny.
Dude, we had a good pregame Tums session, my friends. You guys have no idea. The skills that this guy has with Tums, woo! I wish I would have known
Why
that
are you
earlier.
bringing up old shit? That was last episode.
But you do it every day. So it's not technically old.
You bastard.
Whatever, man. Hey. Gotta do what you gotta do, son. Gotta do what you gotta do.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, man, you know what? Today's going really good for me, man. It just, it was a good morning. I finally got to sleep in a little because my definition of sleeping in is not the average person's sleeping in. You know, my alarm goes off at 6:30 every day. So if I get to 7:30 uninterrupted sleep or even interrupted sleep, if I get to 7:30, like, you know, getting out of bed, that's sleeping into me. So.
No, I actually slept until 9.
Whoa.
I mean, I woke up.
Man, what is it, high school, man? High school,
I
you used to
woke
sleep till
up
12.
at the time I normally wake up like 6 o'clock. But then I was like, oh wait, I ain't got to go to work.
I ain't got to do nothing because I'm
You know
an
what I mean?
adult. No one's gonna tell me to.
And it's
get
funny
out of
because I
goddamn-
I woke up real quick, and
Yeah.
like looked for my phone, like, oh shit, what time is it? Wait, oh, today's Saturday. Man,
wait.
fuck this.
I don't care, dude. I realized something about myself, and I saw it was either a meme or a post or a challenge, whatever. I'm so first off, I'm so fucking glad these goddamn challenges are dead. Okay, I don't see any more challenges on Facebook. Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, but so there was one I just noticed. It was like, hey, try not looking at your phone for 1 whole hour, 60 minutes.
Dude, and it's funny. It's funny that you said that because
I was rude.
I don't give a fuck what you're about to say. That just
I could have been like, I know how to cure cancer. Funny story, true story. Oh, okay.
no, but I'm in my class that I'm doing or whatever. We were talking about like, do you know anybody that has a computer? Do you know anybody that doesn't have a computer?
Yeah.
And like, just what did you do? What could you do with a computer now that you couldn't do 5 years ago? And it was just crazy because I was like, man, like everybody that I know, like I try to like just go through everybody.
You went digging. You went digging. So.
Everybody that I know has a computer.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. And then we're doing a project where we have to do projects on a certain disease or whatever, and they're like, we're gonna check for plagiarism,
That's
or
a
whatever.
that's a
But
real
I'm
thing,
like,
dude. That's
it's
a real.
so fucking hard. They're like, well, summarize it in your own way, and I'm like, it's hard. I Google what is blah blah blah, and it says blah 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 is this, and this. It's hard to summarize what it is in your own words without sounding like a dumbass. Like you need to use these technical
Cold virus
terms.
bad.
Like it's hard. It's super hard.
No, I get that, man, because it's like it's telling you to sum it
for
up.
my project, I'm doing seizures, different seizures, and there's like seven.
Got to get those CBD oils, son.
different-
Non-existent.
There's like 7 different types of seizures. There's absence seizures
Whoa,
where a
what?
person like instead of their like the normal
Shake
seizure
and
that
fucking,
like
the average seizure, the normal seizure.
There's like ones where they're like they just stare into space. They don't move.
Oh, whoa.
And then there's ones where they do have the muscle impulse, like where they're like.
It's called the orgasm seizure. That's what it's called. It's when you're blowing a load
But,
and
but there's different type of seizures where there's some where.
So 7.
you're-
There's a grand total of 7
Yeah.
different types.
Yeah, it's called absence. There's a tonic colonic seizure.
Colonic?
Not. Not colonic, clonic. CLONIC, bitch.
There's a colonic seizure.
Or your asshole.
It starts to muscle spasm.
It pulses.
You can't fucking hold it in, or you hold it in too much.
You are really an asshole.
Well, at least I didn't have a seizure.
But there's myoclonic, there's
Oh,
tonic,
man. I don't give a
there's
shit.
antonic, there's
Outside of anal or colonic seizure, I don't give a shit what other kind there
but
is.
yeah, there's like different seizures that I'm doing it. But
oh my
it
God.
and she's like, you can in the bibliography after your presentation, you can put like where you got your information. But I'm like,
your sources.
yeah, my sources. But I'm like, man, like I got all these sources and telling me exactly what the fucking like
What it
is, how it happens, why it happens, you know, what you can do when it does happen. But I can't put any of that on my presentation. I have to do it in my own words. And it's like, okay.
Why don't you
Like,
rap that
it-
shit out? Like,
Huh?
rap it. Like, yeah. So I have a colonic seizure. My butt done seized. I can't go doo doo. It's called a disease. You know what I mean? Like
That was pretty good. That was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah,
DJ, not in the
yeah,
bed,
yeah,
not in the
yeah,
bed.
yeah, yeah, MD4PGM.com.
But yeah, it's just hard for me to put it in my own words when they're giving me the exact
Right.
what it is. And even if I like put, okay, I go to the first link, they tell me what absence seizure
Colonic
is.
seizure. No, let's stick with the colon.
Colonoscopy seizure is. You know, and they tell me exactly word for word what
Right.
it is. Then I go to the next one. They say exactly the same. So it's kind of hard for me to not say exactly what they
Right.
say. So what I do,
especially if it's fucking the nail on the head, like, you know what I mean? Muscle spasm. It's when your muscle just like, you know what I mean? And you're like, so when my muscle is not feeling right,
yeah,
it goes like, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I get it. I
So
totally
it's just
get it.
hard to Google something and not plagiarize because they're telling you exactly what it is,
And
and
how-
you don't want to give false information by putting it in your own words.
Right.
But you know,
how
because
is that
they're
any-
like, well, technically it doesn't do that. Well, technically I couldn't write the real shit because I had to put it in my own fucking
I had to
words.
fucking add some fairy dust into that bitch.
You know, I had to drop
what's
dubs
di-
on the
but
shit.
Dude, but what's the difference when we were in high school and shit? What's the difference between looking it up in that thick ass 5-pound textbook that we have and writing down word for word either the definition or the paragraph of that chapter, like
Yeah.
where your
Yeah.
teacher was telling you to go? What's the difference between doing that and handwriting it and just opposed to just
Googling
Googling
it and
this,
handwriting
copy
it?
paste, boom, and then, like that's
Well,
what
the
you
whole-
asked the question. The question was simple.
The whole-
What is that kind of seizure?
But see-
and you're like, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. But the difference between that is you actually had to go find these books. You had to actually go and like go to what page it was on. Where
But
Google,
even if the teacher
Google,
tells you the
it gives
page
you
and stuff,
Huh?
they told you like the chapter. You're obviously
No,
on
no,
chapter
but
2,
when-
and you know what I mean.
Yeah, but that's as far as school. But when you have to do a project, you actually have to go research everything because you chose the topic. You know,
Oh,
you're
really?
choosing like I chose seizures
Right.
because I know a couple people that have had seizures
Right.
in my
Oh,
life.
wow, really?
Yeah, and I had to go through, and it all comes down to like you have to tell the presentation is on giving the first aid to that person, like
Big Daddy got you.
you know, another student is doing allergic reactions, and you have to, she has to like put in, okay, what first aid actions do you have to do, like step by step? What do you have to
EpiPen.
do
Bam.
for no? But if you don't have an EpiPen on hand, like what do you have to do for that person?
I
first
believe
aid-wise?
911 would be
Well,
the
yeah,
first step
yeah,
of
there's-
action.
well,
You
there's-
know,
but
that
yeah.
person's an idiot.
Because you're a fucking dick.
What? I'm a dick for calling 911 out of
No,
my
because you're
fucking-
not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm
No,
saying is,
no, I'm
yeah,
fucking
that,
with you, man. I'm
that
fucking with
is
you.
a step, but until 911 emergency comes to you, you have to go step by step on
You
what
obviously
you have
did
to
not
do.
listen to our last episode, the Heimlich. Okay, you give everybody the Heimlich. It doesn't matter if they're swollen in the throat; they're gonna make room to hit. to hiya.
But yeah, it's just really hard
Yeah.
to summarize something that is giving you word for word what to do
Right.
or what it is
Yeah.
that this person has, this victim has, and you have to put it in your own words. It's like I don't know how to say he's having convulsions in my own words. Like it's he's having convulsions.
The
Like,
guy was
there's-
making a margarita without the ingredients. Okay, that's
He
how
was-
that's how you do it.
he was going down like the WrestleMania guys and like
He was fucking breaking that shit
Exaggerating.
down, breaking it down. Just start shaking, Harlem shaking.
he was
that
doing the
shit.
Harlem Shake on the ground. Like what?
with no rhythm. That's how I describe
you
the
know,
shit.
like it's just hard. Like it's crazy that that's what it brought us to. It's
Right.
like I can't. I mean, I can, and it's gonna happen.
You're right. It's difficult. It's
But
so,
because of having this technology and the easy access to
victims of our time, my friend.
Yeah, dude.
Well, here's a funny story. I think he works on Fox still, but it's UFC on Fox, and his name's Kenny Florian. Great mixed martial artist in his day and stuff. He's retired now. He's an analyst now, and he does all this work for the UFC and Fox. Great dude. But he put out an article, or he did something in writing, quote unquote, 21st century writing, digital, and basically he put out a good article, but people started reading it and they're like, hey man, this is kind of like this one person's article, and not
Exactly.
only was it like it was fucking word for word.
Yeah.
So basically I allegedly he copy pasted some other journalists report.
stuff. Yeah,
Was it all accurate? Absolutely. Could Kenny Florian say that and be right on? Absolutely. The journalist? Absolutely. There was nothing wrong with the article. The only problem was that dude was probably not as popular, or maybe he was. I don't know who that guy was. But Kenny Florian, I know who that guy is, and it's because I've studied it. Yeah, and he's on TV. So he got called out on it, and he fucking owned up to it. Kind of, he was like, dude, I was on a rush or deadline, or maybe I'm just making that up. But he owned up to it, and he still has his job and whatever. But you know what I mean?
Again, like I said, there's 3 links of absent seizures, and all 3 links say the same shit. It's like it's hard for me to plagiarize that shit.
Yeah.
And put it in my own words, because if I put it in my own words, because my instructor was saying that she has this way of, the school has a way of like copy and paste your shit and put it in the system, and it'll bring up people that say almost exactly the same thing. She was like, I can kind of decipher whether you said the same thing, but try to put it in your own words.
Mm-hmm.
But she was like, there's a lot of stuff that like 20 people said the same way and the same thing. So it's kind of like, she was like, I'll give you that. At least you tried.
You're right.
So it's just hard
I feel
to put anything in your own way, in your own words, because so many people back in the day that said, okay, this is that, and then they put it on, like they took that, put it on the internet, and now when you look that certain thing up, it's like it's exactly how this person said it, and it's like, fuck,
man,
I can't.
I mean, but you know who it is, who else it sucks for? Not just the students, the teachers too. Because it's like, okay, I'm going to teach you something. I'm trying to give the knowledge that I acquired over years and years of studying and tests
experience.
and work. And maybe not experience. I mean, nobody experienced the Civil War except for people that were in the Civil War.
Well,
but
I
she
mean,
researched it, and she did a lot of shit, or he or she. And all of a sudden, I want you to do the same thing I did, but in your own words. And don't use Google.
Yeah.
And if he or she said that, that's different. Then you go to a library. Then you go do real straight up work. But, put it in your own words, Mike, seizures and stuff like that. And it's like, copy paste this. Or maybe you did do it in your own words. And all of a sudden he or she has to grade it. And then you go, and like, I've seen this. Oh, wait, here's another one. It's the same thing, but just I switched it up.
Yeah, and
it's
I
fuck. Like,
I'm
how do
not
I
gonna lie,
teach?
I copy and pasted, but I copy and pasted just to have the general idea of
Right.
what this certain seizure is or what this certain disease is.
Right.
But I did that real quick just to get my info on this type of seizure, this type of seizure, this type of seizure.
Right.
But I'm going back because it's not due until next week. But I'm going back and I'm going to try to put it in my own words. But it's kind of, it's like, how do I put that, like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
There's no going around
Right.
what it is. This is what it is. So it's like, okay, how do I say this is what it is without using those exact words? Because if I use any other words, it's going to be like, that's not what it is.
Yeah.
That's not exactly what it is. What it exactly is this.
Hey,
You know?
wrap it.
Yo,
Busta Rhymes.
check it.
When I start shaking and baking, I start to think of my neurological thinking. You gotta like do that. That's it. That's the only way, right? Like that would be the only way to do it. And you don't know when I start the show, my face starts to slide and I go real slow, and you know what I mean. Like you gotta.
You coming with it, man.
I'm
You
coming with some heat, son. You know why? And I'm gonna tell you why. I have a shitload of endorphins running all through me, and I'll tell you why. I asked a friend of mine to come over to my house. Everybody that listens to the show, all three of y'all, know that I love martial arts and stuff like that. So I asked a friend of mine to do me a favor
and put it in his butt and
put
he
it
did.
right in there. Don't even say hello. But no, he came over and we were talking a lot. He's a good friend of mine. I mean, through down the line through marriage, he's actually related to me. And I was hitting mitts. I was doing target mitts. You know, if you see boxers and kickboxers and stuff, and then they're in the ring or they're on mats and stuff like that, like they'll hold those target mitts right up on their hands, and the guy's like, and they hit and hit. I did that today.
The 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, duck. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So I did that today. It was wonderful. And then we threw on our gis, and then we rolled for like grand total of like 2.5 minutes because I was dead. You know what I mean? But he did me a favor, a real solid favor, and I owe him a lot, and I love the dude to death. You know, Ricky Nunez at FlowRollBJJ on Instagram.
Ricky!
Thanks, Rick. I appreciate it. But, dude, I did mitt work. I did jiu-jitsu today in the afternoon. We did it outside. I set up the mats I have. I put a canopy up, and then we had a nice breeze, but it was hot enough. And I worked out. Well, I got worked out really hard, and it was fun. It was just like, you know, I don't like going to the gyms and stuff like that, but that kind of working out just does something to me.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. Trust me, it's not. Nope. But I was hitting mitts. I was doing jiu-jitsu, and we were talking. We were having a good time, just two people. And, like, you know, when, like, people are kind of, like, in a higher power and stuff like that, they kind of, like, turn their nose to everybody, you know? They're like, I'm better than you, this. And that's not how it is in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Or for the people I've met, you know? It's not like that. It doesn't matter what belt you are, because in jiu-jitsu, it's only white, blue, purple, brown, black. That's it. And in karate and all that, you know, it's white, yellow, green, orange, red, blah, 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 and then there's a million. There's not a million steps in jiu-jitsu, but Ricky has earned a brown belt through his, I guess you would call it like sensei or whatever, instructor. Yeah. But yeah, no, I worked out really good today. We worked out for, you know, a while, and then, you know, he went home and all that stuff, and I have nothing but respect for that guy, and he gives me nothing but respect too. So that's why I'm in a good mood. I worked out the way I wanted to work out, and it was just good. It was just a good thing. The endorphins I have nothing bad to say about it. It didn't even feel like a workout. It's just I asked him for a favor, and he was like, I got you, man. You know, and he enabled that good habit. He had enabled, you know, that kind of, and people call me crazy. They've called me like, dude, what the fuck are you doing that for? Like, you know, the spar session, the jiu-jitsu session. And I'm like, you don't get it. You don't get it like people that I don't get with roller coasters or that fucking love clowns. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get why you guys do that. But yet, you know, getting choked and getting armbarred, but the sensation of it and all that, you don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
it's all
that's why
an adrenaline. Blah, blah, I can't even say it. An adrenaline rush.
Yeah. Well, see, that's not the thing. That's the thing. Like, it's not an adrenaline rush. It was just. It was a session. It was just, to me, it was just a session.
Yeah. That would be an adrenaline rush.
But it was a workout, not adrenaline. It wasn't like it was fucking spinning. You know what I mean?
You don't have to be spinning to have adrenaline run through. It's just the whole sticky move and 1, 2, 1, duck. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. You know, like just it's your adrenaline going. Like it's not. Yeah, it's the rush that you get. Like with roller coasters, you get an adrenaline rush by going like 0 to 100. Yeah. And in you know so many seconds, and you're just like about to drop, but you're not really dropping to your death. You're just dropping, you know, and I mean. But
do you get an adrenaline rush when you're doing kettlebells or when you go to camp class? Like, is that adrenaline? Like, do you actually get a thrill from when you're doing burpees and then you go to the next station and you do bench press and you go to the next station, you do rope climb? Like, is that an adrenaline rush? Would you consider that adrenaline rush? See that?
But I do get an adrenaline because I'm like I'm doing so many reps in this 1 minute of each section of each
Station.
you know, and I don't know. I mean, I believe there's an adrenaline somewhere in there because you're pushing yourself and you're like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do 20 burpees
Yeah.
and as many burpees as I can in this 1 minute.
Right.
That you know,
Let's look up the definition of adrenaline first, and then we'll keep going. But anyway, yeah, no, I had a really good mitt work session to me because professionals or even what are they called, amateurs would be like, yeah, you hit pads for like 1 minute. So okay, so adrenaline, a hormone secreted by the adrenal glands, especially in conditions of stress,
increased rates of blood circulation. See, so your
breathing.
heart's pumping when you're working out. So
Okay,
you're
so by
having
definition, yes, I guess there was an adrenaline rush or
carbohydrate
whatever.
metabolism and preparing muscles for exertion. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Like there's
Okay.
there's an adrenaline rush and you rolling around and getting hit and getting arm barred and getting
Yeah.
you know like and you arm barring somebody or you know
Oh, yeah.
submitting somebody.
Yeah.
That's an adrenaline rush.
Oh yeah.
And it's like yeah, like that's why your shit's flowing. You're
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
You know, you got that shit out.
Yeah, so I guess by definition, yeah, the adrenaline rush and endorphin rush, whatever you want to call it, it was just good. It was just a good afternoon workout. It wasn't late. It wasn't early. It was just good. I mean, he came exactly on time, right when he said he would, and dude, we went at it. We had fun, and that's all I
I
can
mean,
describe
I wish I could have made it. You know what I mean? I wish I could have made it. Like, but you know, I got important things to do.
Yeah.
You know,
shut up.
you ain't important to me, man.
Starbucks ain't important, bitch. Taco Bell ain't that important, bitch. Now you're doing good on your dad. I'm just fucking with you. And my voice cracked because I'm 5. How embarrassing was that going through all that?
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like
You look at me, man. Like what?
you want some of me? Not anymore. I can't fight you, man. With your
That's
voice
just
cracking like that.
embarrassing.
Dude,
But-
it was a scary time in my life when I started getting hair down there. I was like, I used to be a smooth bean. Now,
Well,
I'm
I
like-
mean, all girls get hair on their pussy, so I mean, yeah. No, but dude, it was funny because this is like
oh
off
shit.
subject, but
Mm.
in this class that I'm taking, it's like there's an instructor, like you know, Coach Ricky.
Yeah.
You know, he's an instructor. He knows. He's experienced what he's teaching you. He's done what he's teaching you.
He's got hair on his pussy.
Ricky, you can go ahead and submit this bitch. 'Cause I didn't say nothing about that. But it's one thing. It's funny because like the instructor is there because he's obviously went through and experienced and has knowledge of what he's teaching you.
Right.
You're a student.
Right.
You like technically you coming into this class, you may know of stuff and you may have like some type of knowledge, but you don't know word for word or, you know, technique by technique of what you're learning. You're learning, you're a newbie. You're a white belt.
Ah, look at you, son.
You're a white
Yeah.
belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's funny because we have this one dude in class.
Know it all.
And-
Mr.
and-
Know It
and
All,
it's
isn't he?
So fucking funny because we're talking about
He's
seizures.
a Dominic.
We're talking about seizures, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, you put the stick or a spoon in their
They
mouth."
say not to do that anymore.
Listen, check me out.
Dominic, you got to meet your
Shut the
twin.
fuck up. But you know, he's talking about like putting the stick in the mouth, and so they don't swallow their tongue.
Right.
And the instructor still tells them, "Oh, that's an old wives' tale. You stay away from their mouth because you don't want to choke them. You don't want to keep them from breathing. There's a reason why, and from biting your fucking finger
Yeah,
off or
yeah.
biting their tongue off. So if they're already jaws clenched,
Yeah.
if they didn't already bite their tongue off, they're not gonna open their mouth, put their tongue out, and bite their tongue off.
Right.
Their jaw is clenched. It's already happening.
Yeah.
So they say stay away from the mouth. It's an old wives' tale that they're gonna swallow their tongue.
Yeah.
It's impossible. I mean, well, from what my instructor said, it's impossible to swallow your tongue. And It's an old wives' tale, and
With some dick.
he
Yeah.
was persistent in fucking arguing with the instructor, and I'm like sitting there like,
Dom.
I'm like doing the palm in the face and grabbing my face
yeah.
even harder. Like
you wanted to
dude,
do a face off.
Shut the
You were just
fuck up. I was like, dude, she's our instructor. She knows what they fucking do in the medical field. Like
That's
she
when you just call
knows.
people out on their shit.
You
Like,
know,
hey,
but-
have you done it
But
before?
of course, I got other people like, my girls in the class with
Yeah.
me, and she's like, just shut up, don't even say nothing. But I'm just like, if this dude don't shut the fuck, like you trying to tell the instructor something that she don't know, like it's not like it's never happened.
Right.
I've seen people school instructors or teachers on something.
But how rare was that in
It
your
is,
lifetime?
it is rare, and that person was like fucking intellectual, like
Yeah.
very, very smart and very on top of their shit.
Right.
And then it was like more of a nice debate,
Good
agree to
conversation.
disagree,
Yeah,
type
yeah, it was
stuff.
good conversation.
But this dude kept telling her, and she was like, no, and then like she even brought her not any textbook in the class, but her legit fucking like certification type book, and she was like,
mushed
see?
it in his fucking
and
face.
I was like, see, like in my mind, I was like, see, shut the fuck up next time, because, and I hate people like that. I don't like people. That's why I don't like you. And it's like, like people that like, oh, I know this, 50 carbs a day. like people that think they know, and it's like, dude, like
Fuck you.
she's teaching us. She's our instructor. In order for us to get an A in this fucking course,
Yeah.
like we have to listen to what she says. And if she thinks that our paper or our what do you call that, facts are not straight, she's the one that's in charge of that shit,
Right.
because she knows her shit.
Yeah.
But you're a student and you're fucking trying to argue with the instructor and tell her what she doesn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know. No, it is like this.
Yeah.
It's like this. And she's like, no, I've been in the medical field for like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. No, you don't put a fucking stick in somebody's mouth that's having a seizure.
Because there
Them
was
swallowing
like a
their-
90s thing
Yeah,
or
yeah,
a whatever
yeah.
thing. Like I always thought you get a
She
piece
said-
of lead, like you get your
she
belt
said-
and
she
fucking put it in their
said-
mouth.
And she agreed with him. She was like, yeah, back in the day, that was more of a back in the day or old technique.
Yeah.
But they're like, they have not had any signs of somebody actually swallowing their tongue
Yeah.
in that situation. It was like, oh, they might, because they're convulsing and like they don't have control. It was like they might. It was just an idea of, yeah, you're gonna swallow your fucking tongue.
Why didn't you just do what you did to me in San Jose when I tried to tell your joke? I tried to tell your joke. So
That's my shit. Don't take it.
So, okay, quick story. I was trying to tell somebody a joke or like trying to, I guess, like talk shit to him. I was like, hey, you like jalapenos? All of a sudden, from across the hotel lobby, Mike, what had happened was Marrera
I was like
stood
doing
up.
like hurdles and shit.
And he stood up, turned around and said, that's my shit. Don't take my shit. That's my motherfucking joke. Shut up. And before I can even tell the joke, the guy I was telling it
Before
to,
he got to the punchline, he was
yeah,
like,
looked at me and he goes, so I was like, my feelings are hurt.
Never
Why don't you just
mind.
fucking do that shit to him?
because we're learning, since this is the beginning of the class, we're learning study skills and like how to be nice and positive to other
Fuck
students.
that. He's not in my group.
My personal, if it was up to me, I'd been like, man, shut the fuck up. She knows more than you.
I think this is what you
That's
need.
why she has her license and you don't.
See, I probably wouldn't have said it either. I can't say it. I wouldn't have said no goddamn thing. But I would have given that look, that. Shut the fuck up. That you son of a bitch look,
Yeah, but I hate people like know-it-alls. Like know-it-alls are horrible, man.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Like,
Right? Damn those people.
But well, no, know-it-alls are fucking dicks. They think they know it all.
Well, here's the thing about know-it-alls. It depends. If he was right on, if he was spot on, it would have
Yeah,
been. He would have been. Yeah, he knows his shit. Not a know-it-all. He would have been. Yeah, no, that's right. You know what I mean? Like he would have been, yes, you're correct. You'd have been correct.
Yeah,
But since he wasn't,
especially, and it was funny because after she showed him proof in her book,
huh? Brooke, that's
book.
where we grow.
Burke.
I was about to say that's where you grow
Burke.
flowers, right? Nah.
But in her book, like she showed him proof, and he was still like, "No, it's happened before." Like we do it in because he's like
Stupid.
no, he's like from the Middle East somewhere. I'm not gonna identify exactly.
Yeah,
what,
he's over there.
but he's Middle Eastern.
Some
And
type
he
of-
was like,
of
"Oh, it's
Asia.
happened. It's happened before. Yes, it's happened." And she even showed him proof,
Yeah.
and he still wanted. And it was more like she was more like, "Okay, disagree or agree to disagree,"
All right, that's
but
cool,
he was like persistent,
adamant
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, dude. If he's from the Middle East, and I'm not trying to go off of stereotypes and stuff like that,
On,
but like let's just say
he wants to
like-
become a doctor, so I'm like, yeah, he wants to become like because there's a lot of Middle Eastern, Indian,
Doctors,
Arabian,
yeah.
you know, like
Chaldeans, and,
Chaldean,
the big one, you
Armenian,
know, yeah.
like they all are really onto the medical field,
Yeah.
you know.
But here's the thing. Let's just say he was Armenian or maybe Chaldean, but I think
Well,
Armenians are
my
notorious.
primary doctor is Middle Eastern, so I'm like, all
Yeah,
right, he knows
yeah,
his shit.
but Armenians, oh God, I hope I'm not right or wrong about this, but Armenians are like
Yeah,
they're
check your facts, man.
Yeah, no, I was told that later on this week, but I think they're notoriously masculine. You know what I mean? Like they're very masculine and they're unapologetic about it too. You know what I mean? Mike's looking up masculine, but he can't spell it.
Shut up.
He's mascara. There's mascara. Or why are Armenians mascara?
I fucking hate you.
But yeah, whatever. I don't want to go like stereotype, but I'm just saying like I think they are very masculine, like
Oh, yeah,
they're not
yeah.
unapologetic about it, and I think it might have been a power thing, like or a sexual,
Yeah. Yeah. And
sex
I
thing,
totally
not
get
like
the
as in
culture
penetration, but-
side of his, like because we do have a woman instructor,
right.
And yeah, I understand.
People have problems with that, man.
Yeah, and-
people
and
have problems with women in power.
That's, I mean, me. I'm not gonna say that I'm not like I want to be alpha male.
right.
Like when my girl,
Because you're not.
Fuck you.
Maybe in this
You know,
relationship, but
I'm very masculine in this relationship.
very alpha
You
male.
bitch. But like when my girl opens the door for me, I'm like, "Fuck you doing?" Like, you know what I'm saying?
that's
Like,
insecurity.
That's my spot.
Yeah. No,
You
I
know?
agree with you though.
I'm not. Well, I
But no,
guess
but
you
no,
could call
I
it
think we're-
insecurity. But I just feel it's more appropriate for me because I'm like I'm the man.
Yeah.
And I want to take care of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah, exactly.
how I was brought up.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, that's what I'm trying to instill in my son. It's funny because like every time we get out of the car,
he's 1 year old.
well,
Open
hold
the
on.
door for your
Well, hold on.
sisters, son.
Well, that is also why I'm doing it now because like I told you like on a podcast, I don't know how many episodes ago, he knows phones are important. And you know why he knows? Is because daddy is on it all the time and I have a problem. I do openly admit I do have a fucking phone problem.
Yeah, you don't pay attention to your kids.
No, not at all. But so what happens is he's 1 year old. So what I'm doing every time I get him out of the car, when I do get him out of the car, I unlock the door, I open the door, and I let my daughters go, and I let my wife go, and then me and him go next.
And see-
And I'm not trying to say like you need to put them on a pedestal. No, I'm like no.
No.
What I'm
There's-
trying to instill is you
it's a
respect
difference.
women.
Yeah,
you
it's a
respect what they
difference.
birth. What did Tupac say, son? Say it, son, because I don't know the lyrics exactly. So no.
Rap
How-
for the women.
so like how can we rape our women and disrespect our women but they gave birth to us? That's basically what Tupac said in,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the better rhythmic and words.
In the shorthand.
But that's what he said, and you take that into consideration. They birthed us, they gave life to us, they fed us from their breast. Super important, you know what I mean? If they would have gave us something, water, we would have died, but they gave us nurturing from their body. They gave us life from their body, and so what I'm trying to instill in my son, my 1 year old, respect women. Now there are some bitches out there,
Yeah,
like
of
there are
course, yeah.
men bitches out there too, that you don't fucking respect them. You don't respect them because they're
Yeah.
not going to respect
Yeah.
you, but you respect the women.
Well, because
you know?
there's a difference between respecting them and then putting them on a pedestal.
Correct.
You know,
I'm
like
with
there's
you.
that's two different things.
Yeah.
And I like me when I was with my stepson and his mom and my daughter, it was like when I made food or I made dinner, or even when my ex, made dinner, it was like I would let them eat first, and my stepson would like run in there, try to grab
Hell
his plate.
nah, man.
He would-
That's
he would
right.
try
I
to grab
disagree
it.
with you.
Cause you a bitch, But he would run in there and try to make his plate, and I'm like, did your sister eat? He's like, no. Did your mom eat? No. Well, what are you doing? So we would let them fix their plate, get their plate first, and then me and him would go in together and make our plate,
Yeah.
and then we would sit down and have dinner. But it was always it's always like and I've grown up with 2 older sisters,
Right.
and 3 younger sisters,
Right.
Well, four younger sisters, and I had to like my dad and my family's always been like, you need to respect women.
Right.
It's not, and again, not so much put them on a pedestal, like, bow down to them.
Right,
No, 'cause
yeah.
some of them are fucking wrong, and some of them are bitches, and some of them don't fucking respect,
Right.
authority.
Yeah.
But but you respect them.
Yeah, and see, and I've
know?
always said it, and I've said it in front of my wife. I said it behind my wife, back, or whatever. The relationship, as far as let's just say marriage, it doesn't matter. Woman, man, woman. Doesn't matter to me. I don't give a shit. Someone has to have 51. Someone has to have 49. Whether my friends recognize it or not, I have the 51.
We telling jokes.
Knock knock.
But
No, but
no,
it's rare that I say no to her because she does everything. I respect her and she does everything. I may not show it all the time, but she does everything for me. And it's like, all right, I can't complain. Like I have no room to complain. And I show her that respect. Again, not all the time or whatever, but I appreciate her. But when it's to the final line that yes or no,
Yeah.
should we or should we not? When I go no, that's it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. That is it.
Yeah.
There has to be. It
and
can't
that-
be 50-50. That
and
is
that-
nonsense to me.
That's how it is with my girl. Like now, like it's like
Claudia, get in here, Claudia.
like when when I say nah, I don't think so. She'll ask why. She'll do the
And
whole
that's fine.
whys
It's
and whatever.
a good
and I'll,
discussion then.
I'll put my reasons why,
Mhm.
and she'll be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And there's sometimes where she's like, "No, we need to like, you shouldn't be doing this, or
You need a man up, take it up your butt, because I no, I'm just kidding.
You
No,
know-
she's right though, because
Yeah.
you do need it, because there is open for discussion. It's not just, I mean, some situations I go, no, that's end of discussion. I'm not talking about it anymore, and that's it. My wife respects that, and that's it. But if there is room for discussion, we talk about it. It's a good relationship. Me and you about the show, about our logo, about our Twitter, and our thing.
But when I say no, you better respect that woman.
And then he claps his hands. He goes, "What I got to tell you is something important."
Kevin Hart.
But no, it should. But there are times where it's open discussion and be like, "Okay, well, how about we compromise?" I'm like, "Well, okay, what's the compromise then?" And we talk, and I go, "You know what? Okay, that's cool." So my overall 51% no turned into, "Okay, yeah, it's a yes then." That was a compelling
discuss
argument, and we'll talk about it. And that's a healthy relationship in the
Yeah,
21st century.
yeah.
And there's so many ways to just get out. You can just get out of a relationship. It don't matter where it is. It doesn't matter who it's with. You can just leave. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing really truly holding you back, because like religion nowadays isn't as strong, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because
No, it isn't.
It isn't. And that's fine and bad or whatever because I saw something on Facebook. I'm not going to say who and I'm not going to say when. It was brought to my attention that it was about homosexuality. And somebody was believing that heterosexuality is the way to God. Yeah, I'm not getting no more. But no, it was to a good friend of mine, and I got offended, but I didn't take part in it because like it was a long list of garbage. And I go, hold on. First off, everybody is telling everybody their opinion. Sorry, Bible people. I don't take that stuff serious. Okay? Mike, you go to church. I respect what you do. Okay? But I honestly feel that was a really bad game of telephone. That was thousands of years ago. Do you mean to tell me every single fucking word that they said was written down and passed on 2,000 years. We can't even do that nowadays. Have you ever done telephone in your
Yeah.
We couldn't even do that in 30 minutes and get the same fucking results in a proximity of 10 by 10.
Even now, when something happens, like something happens, and you tell this friend, and this friend goes to that friend, and that friend goes to that friend, like the story is changed by the time it gets to the end.
Times,
Yeah,
a million times over. So when this was brought up to me, I just read it as I do everything else. It's just a fucking book. It's just entertainment, whatever. So it was about homosexuality and heterosexuality, and I go, man, listen. If you want to promote Christianity, don't be preachy. Be like what you do and just go, hey, look, I go to this church, and if you want to go, go. If not, I'm still going to catch the word.
yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah.
How I do it. I'm like, dude, I don't believe in all of that, but I respect people that do.
And it's not like, Dom, you gotta go. You gotta understand. Like,
Yeah.
and I
And I'm
I don't
like,
like people like that either.
Yeah, and it turns people away from religion.
Yeah.
And it's the same with everything. You know me, I'm very adamant about jiu-jitsu. I've met 60-year-old people that were white belts and they turned into blue belts. When I say jiu-jitsu is for everybody, I believe it's for everybody. Not everybody believes that, though. I shot that duck. No, I missed that duck, actually. That's what that noise was. But no.
Yeah, he laughed at you.
But my thing was, because of how social media is and whatever, it's okay to be in that your
Box?
safe box. You know what I mean? Like, you could say whatever you want about homosexuality and stuff like that. And I'm like, but dude, at the end of the day, if I eat a ketchup hot dog, is it so bad? Like, if
And
I
it's
prefer
funny
ketchup over
like
mustard,
that,
do you really care?
the whole Kaepernick kneeling or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Me and this dude, I don't even remember Marcos,
No,
from
important.
the group.
no.
Like, I don't know, but
Oh yeah, I actually
Yeah.
kind of did.
yeah. Well, me and him had a whole debate because he was with him and I was against the whole
Discussion.
Yeah.
Political people have debates. We have a
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah. But me and him like had this whole discussion on like what his beliefs and what my beliefs and he was kind of like I felt he was kind of getting mad and I was
Right,
more
yeah.
like, fuck it, like I don't believe, like I don't agree with him,
Yeah.
and I don't, and he just kept like, it was like I would comment and end it like do you
I'm
believe
donezo.
what
Yeah,
you
yeah.
I'll believe what I agree to disagree, and he would keep coming at me and it was kind of getting irritating. It was like, man, like
What do you want me to say?
Yeah,
like,
like-
obviously, he's looking for the "you're right, you're right."
yeah, but
And
I'm not gonna say that.
No,
you know,
fuck no. And I don't expect
and
you to.
it's not-
if you
it's
did, you're a
not-
bitch.
it's not, and it's not pride. It's not pride of me saying, I'm not gonna let back because he's not letting back. No, it's like, dude, you
give a
believe what
shit.
you believe, but I have a lot of military people and I have a lot of military friends, and I stand up for the anthem in respect for all those
Right.
people.
And dude, what is it? What is it about being right? Why be right? Like, what is it about that? You know?
And it's funny because back in the day when I was younger, like I was one of those people that were adamant on trying to be right. I was like, man, you got to understand my point.
Yeah.
If you don't understand my point, like you're a fucking dick, or like you don't understand.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older and I do and a lot more wiser, I'm like, okay, well, he doesn't understand my point, and
wiser,
fuck
yeah,
you. And he doesn't understand my point, so I'm not gonna fucking like try to like shake him and be like, believe
Right.
what I'm fucking saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, all right, you don't believe me, you don't believe me. That's on you.
Yeah.
Like whatever you believe what you believe. But
Yeah.
I'm still staying with my faith and religion.
Correct,
And
yeah.
you don't believe, or you don't like, you're not with that.
Yeah.
You do understand, but you don't believe in what like religion as
Yeah.
much as I do.
And I mean, but look, and we're like the closest of friends. Like, we have a really tight knit circle, and there's, we all have a real similar thinking or vibe, call it what you want. But there are things where we have open discussions and debates and whatever's about, like MMA or Chamorro dance and dance in general. You know what I mean? We have a bunch of different opinions, but it doesn't kill our relationship with each other. You know what I mean? Me and you, we've killed our relationship tenfold.
10 times over.
Yeah. Oh man, you have no idea. But yeah, no, it's okay to have difference of opinion. I think that's what makes relationships vibrant. It makes it new. You know, if I like chocolate ice cream, but you're like, hell no, it's all about vanilla. And it's like, what? Yet we still enjoy ice cream. And people don't see that. Just because it's chocolate ice cream and just because it's vanilla ice cream, we
I'm
fucking
more of
forget.
a Rocky Road type, but whatever.
I like the crunch. I like the mallows. No, people forget it's still fucking ice cream. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not right. And in this time and era, you can't reach for the right.
No.
You can't. You just go. Just go with your opinion. Just go. That's what I believe in. I respect what you do. And like I said, like even my mother-in-law, she's very religious. I admire her for sticking because people have shunned her and people have just been really bad to her, in my opinion. And it's like, but she still believes. Cool. Now, is she shoving it down my throat? Absolutely not. Do I shove like that's not real down her throat? Absolutely not, because we cannot turn one another. So what do? We just enjoy it. I read the Bible. I forgot a lot of it. 99% of it I forgot. I'll read it again. When I'm bored, I'll read it again because it's a good discussion. It's a healthy relationship that we have.
Yeah, it's not like you're criticizing them.
No, absolutely not. It's just wanting a good conversation with a person that's very intelligent and knowledgeable about that subject. Yeah. Like that, unlike that fucking asshole in your class. He didn't want to have a good discussion with his instructor. He wanted to be correct. I would love a good conversation, or just a good conversation.
I would like to hear both sides.
Yeah, I'm like, why don't you put that? Oh, because it's why don't you put it in their mouth? It's whatever it is.
She told him the facts or whatever, but because
it's like,
I think because of the I guess is it feminism?
Or sure, masculinity.
Yeah, like because of that in his culture, he didn't want to hear it. He was just like,
man, that's too bad, man.
I don't know, man.
We're too. See, because a
lot of times that I'm like, man, I
want the dick.
But there's a lot of times that I'm like, man, I don't want fucking soda.
Water. Yeah, no, I get that.
No, I don't want soda. I don't want juice.
Yeah,
I want water.
Your body's telling you something.
Yeah,
man.
like,
and you working out the way you are and dieting the way you are, you got to listen to it even more now.
Well, I mean, since I've been working out, I don't drink as much, but I'm like even when I was drinking, sometimes I'm like going throughout the day, like, fuck, have I even drank a glass of water? Like, and it's like, yeah.
But dude, everybody wants the quick solution nowadays, and it's not good, man. Yeah. Anyways, man, that was great, man. I love you, Mike, and I wish you the best in your future endeavors. And you're working.
You going somewhere, motherfucker?
I'm about to.
I'm gonna see you next weekend. Hell, you make it sound like you about to go off on a fucking.
To bounce. Nah, I'm good. No, but
you ever leave, man? I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be in your suitcase, like, where you going? Where the hell are you going? You didn't tell me.
All right, man. So me and Mike were talking about some really cool stuff with the show, and we just hit. It's coming up on 50 episodes, and I want to thank every single one of you guys that listen, that comment on SoundCloud, Dominic, share, and follow, and we love all of you guys. Appreciate it, Mike. Where can they get a hold of us?
You can get a hold of us at mod4up@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. You can also listen to us on SoundCloud.
Snapchat's dead, son. Instagram, killed that shit with the fucking knife in their heart. Yeah, but you can still follow us there.
I don't know what he's talking about because a lot of people are still on Snapchat. But anyways,
no, I didn't know that. I thought it was dead.
Hit us up and listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Check out this is 43, episode 43.
Man. Good
Even
shit.
if you want to go back to episode 1 when we first started, see how we've grown from 1 to 43.
Not much. It hasn't really. The quality hasn't got that better.
There's nothing changed. But listen to us. Comment. We every Friday. Every Friday we're up and running. So it.
Yeah, so hit us up, mod4up@gmail.com. You can hit us on up on Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, Snapchat, anywhere that's somewhere you can get a hold of us. Once again, thank you, Ricky Nunez at FlowRollBJJ on Instagram.
Yeah, and starting Tuesday, this week Tuesday, we're gonna do a new thing on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. It's gonna be called Topic Tuesdays. We're gonna post something, and we need you to comment on topics you want to talk about. How gay Dominic is, whatever you want to say.
His hair did.
Whatever you want to say.
Hit us up, man, and
comment
we would love your
and
feedback.
Yeah,
dude.
give it not so much feedback because I don't care what you think about us. But
Hey, man, what the fuck?
but yeah, give us topics, and we'll reply right then and there on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
Well, the basis of it is we're going to put up a bunch of topics. We want your opinion. We're going to put hashtag this, hashtag that, or just a straight up question to you guys. And we want your feedback.
What do you think of blah, blah, blah?
Anal and and small dicks, because I'm there.
Just no dick pics. Just clown.
No, wait, what?
No
what are
dick
you
pics.
talking about? Nah, send that shit, bro.
If it has a
makes
clown
me feel
face,
better about
then
myself.
send that shit.
MD4EPGmail.com. Thanks, guys. We're gonna start some, Topic Tuesday. Keep it tuned in, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with you guys, and we appreciate all your guys' love and support. Thank you, guys. Mike, anything else? I will catch you cats later.
Peace out.